Okay, lesson 2 after the color wheel is we're going to shade in orange. I like using the secondary colors because secondary colors has generally two colors that make them. So an orange would have what two colors? They would have red and yellow. So red and yellow, one is a primary. We have the two primary colors here. So when we mix it together, it's going to be orange, just like this. So if we go ahead and draw, I'll draw an orange, just a sphere. We'll just do a sphere and make it look like an orange. And a table line, that's really important. That shows us where it's sitting. And so if the light is coming this way, in this direction, I know it's a little hard to see, but we're going to have it come down this way, okay? And our cast shadow will be out here like this, all right? Let me focus in so you can see that better. There we go. And so now what we're going to do is for the light area, we're going to go ahead and put the areas that are light, and we'll go ahead and use the lightest value of the orange, which is yellow. This is really basic, but it's a great way to start and to start thinking about using multiple colors together to shade, and it gives it more depth. And so we'll go ahead and shade the areas that we think, when the light's hitting it here, that are going to be lighter. All right. And then the other color that we're going to use is we're going to use red for the colors that are primarily in the shadow. And we're just going in circles, making it smooth. Remember when we did our shading in black and white, it's the same thing where we just go in little circles so we don't get a whole lot of lines. We don't want a bunch of streak lines like this because then it won't look real. And notice that I'm overlapping, going into some of that yellow, so we have a nice blend. So they blend together. If you're doing this on your own, you'd be taking your time. I'm going to try to get this so you get the basic idea. And through everything, it takes practice. All right, so now I have my light areas and I have my darker area. And so I'm going to go ahead and right now, and I'm going to use my orange right on top of it. And I'm going to blend this right over the top of it. And you'll see that it actually will give a nice light and then darker value. When we go to shade in color 2, we want to use the complementary color. Complementary color is the color that's opposite of the color wheel. And when we did our color wheel, it was a triangle, and then the secondary colors are in between. So orange would be on our right side over here. Directly across here would be blue. Now, you could use blue-green. I like using, when I talk about fruit, we don't want to use colors that are going to make our fruit look like they're rotten or anything. So I can use green because green is the believable color for a fruit. And I can just darken it up just a tad, just to give it a little bit of darkness here so it's three-dimensional image. And that's by shading in color. By using multiple colors together, we can make this look much better. And then I always go back over, after I put the complementary color on it, I'll go back over it again with the original color. The last color that you put down will be the color that your eyes will pick up the most. So we want to be able to go back over with the original color of the orange. Okay. And like I said, this is just the beginning. We could take our time and put the little dimples and the little textures in. But right now I just want to teach you how to shade it. So right down in here, the complementary color of orange, I said, was like blue-orange. So I can come in here and I can use the accent. The accent is the same as it was in regular shading. It's the area where it's going to be the darkest value. That's what we call the accent on our cast shadow. And I'm going to blend some green into this, and then I'll go back over it with orange and end up with a light yellow orange at the end. Shading can be fun instead of frustrating. You just have to experiment, use colors. Now remember, this is a piece of artwork, and it's okay to have these multiple colors down on the table. It's what makes it look creative and artistic. It's with all these beautiful blends of color. And then at the end, I just want to put some yellow at the edge here, because this is, as it goes out, it's going to get lighter. So we want to put the lightest value of our orange, which is yellow. And this spot right in the middle here, we're going to keep that for the original color of orange. So as it comes out, it's darker, then it comes to the normal value of an orange or whatever object. It could be an apple in red. So you could shade this out. Now, by doing in circles, I'm not going to have to worry about whether or not I'm showing any lines. Because you don't want any lines. The shadow doesn't have any lines. It's a value. So, as I work myself towards the edge here, I'm going to make sure that I'm going in circles so we don't have any lines. And I always keep going over it. The more you go over it, the darker and the brighter it gets. It's just done in layers. You don't have to push hard. When you push hard, it just makes it harder to blend your colors. So I'm going to take my green right now, and I'm just going to blend this right in here, this area right in here. That's the dark, where the dark meets the orange. Just a little bit, give it a little bit more blending so it's a little more natural like. Here's your table line. I'll do it in a darker color. Here's your value, and that's how you shade in color. Use multiple colors. Violet would be red and blue. Green would be yellow and blue. And then you use the complementary color to shade your cast shadow. Thanks again, and remember, enjoy yourself. Take your time. Thank you. Bye-bye.